Back on Good Morning Football. Let's get to the first game yesterday. Buccaneers traveling all the way to Detroit. That is Ford Field. That is the atmosphere. Unbelievable. First-time Lions has hosted multiple playoff games. Goff, Baker, you know the players in this one. Early on, Goff finds his guy, Josh Reynolds, in the back of the end zone for the 9-yard touchdown. And Goff, we trust. I love it. The former Rams connecting. All right, Baker Mayfield here. He gets about 27 seconds left in the half. He finds Mike Evans deep down the sideline. Take another look at this one. Look at the catch. Sliding on the ground. He's able to pull it in over Cam Sutton. Very next play, 1st and goal. Baker finds his guy, his tight end, his safety blanket, Cade Otton for the 2-yard touchdown. All right, game is tied 10-10. Let's head to the fourth quarter now. There he goes. Maniac. Peter knew it early in July. Jahmyr Gibbs, that is a 31-yard touchdown. He puts the Lions up 24-17. Baker can just look on, so electric, so fast. Has been Johnson. He's dialing up the plays. And Goff, this is an absolute dime to Amon-Ra St. Brown to put them up 31-17. That drive, they were so aggressive to go up. Baker Mayfield, he's not finished yet. I love this he comes right back, and he finds Mike Evans up top for the touchdown. A beautiful throw from Baker. All right, the Lions trying to put this thing away. Goff looking, Amon-Ra, incomplete.
Come on, Baker.
Clock stops. Oh. They get the ball back. They have 1 timeout left, 1:35. Time to cook for Baker. Looking over the middle. Intercepted by Derek Barnes. Game over. Baker trying to make a comeback. They had a timeout left. They had enough time, but just was not enough. Dan Campbell, the ultimate leader, laughing, smiling on the sideline with his team. The Lions did it. They win this one 31-23. They'll be on the road for the NFC Championship. And it took just 3 seasons for Dan Campbell to get this Lions team into that championship game. Jared Goff, how'd you do it?
I think it's a credit to all the guys in there. We've said this a million times about how it's the same group. It's not like we've, added a ton. It's a lot of the same guys, and Brad and Dan have been very intentional about bringing in those type of guys who can handle moments like today and moments like last week and ups and downs of a season. And I think it's all been intentionally done by them, and we're not here by accident.
We're not here by accident. Detroit advances to their first NFC Championship game since 1991. And they will travel to San Francisco next weekend to take on the 49ers, though, Peter, the way the Lions handled themselves in that game over the Bucs.
Yeah, I love the way that everyone had to step up. Now, we saw Frank Ragnow in the highlights at the end. Frank Ragnow was basically limping along, was almost out of the field, was off on the bench. The whole thing had to come back in. See, Craig Reynolds, a guy that we celebrate this season, have a huge touchdown for this team. You go to end of the roster, guys, but 3rd and 1, season really on the line. Yeah. And look at this play call that Ben Johnson dials up. You want to know why Ben Johnson's demanding $15 million or whatever you think? It's a misdirection, 3rd and 1 to Brock Wright, who goes 29 yards and sets up the big touchdown. This Lions team, it's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, yes. It's got Jared Goff, yes. We love Hutchinson. I'm watching this game. I'm seeing Craig Reynolds and Brock Wright, and then one of the biggest of moments, it's Derek Barnes, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Purdue, who I tweeted this yesterday. Derek Barnes was their inside linebacker last year, and with the 18th overall pick, they take Jack Campbell, an inside linebacker to Iowa. Usually that means you weren't good enough. This Lions organization went above and beyond to tell Barnes, no. He was the best player on our board. We still love you. We need you. Barnes has been awesome all season, and in the biggest of moments, he's the one who picks off Baker Mayfield. I love that this was all 53 men had to come together, and in this spot, with all those Lions fans wanting they actually delivered. I love this Lions team. I love this Lions story. It could not have gone any better there at the end.
Love that play from Ben Johnson. I think it was last year, Brock Wright, maybe against the Jets. Same type of play. He catches like a 40-yard gain down the sideline.
In the end zone and stretch.
In the end zone. They go back to it in a crucial point in the game. He's been cooking the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. And he's been cooking. A lot of it has to do with the guy who's taking the ball from center, and that is Jared Goff. He has been unbelievable. When you think about it, how he got to Detroit, that was kind of a castaway from the Rams of them getting Stafford. And we talked about it going into the playoffs with them beating the Rams last week. But you look at how good Jared Goff was, and I talked about in the highlight. They go up 7, and the Buccaneers give them the ball back. In this drive, Goff was unbelievable. And they were aggressive. They threw the ball. They didn't just start handing it off to Montgomery and Gibbs. No, they went for the kill in this one, and he was really good. 4 different pass catches on this drive, spreading the ball around and getting it to his guys. And in this one by the end zone, Amon-Ra on the wheel route. And he throws this as he's still running, and it's an absolute dime from Goff. And just so poised what he's able to do and how he's become the leader and kind of the king of the 3-1-3. Look at him in the fourth quarter. Look, this is Jared Goff. This is the guy that we kind of laughed at when the Rams got Stafford. They won the Super Bowl, and it was all right, he's going into Detroit. And he has just been absolutely on the money as the Lions quarterback. And I look at what Dan Campbell embodies, what Jared Goff embodies, how they've overcome. And this season for the Lions, we talked about it coming in, they're the hot team, but they've lived up to it. And I think what Goff said at the end of that press conference, we expected to be here. It's not by accident. I think that's the special thing about this Lions team, how they've continued to win.
Just quickly, let's just raise the glass to the 2023 Buccaneers. I really like this team.
They were fun.
I have a lot of respect for how they handle themselves, how hard they fought. Like, nobody thought that was going to happen. Just a quick hell yes to the Bucs.
Hell yeah.
Right? But the Lions, I refuse to get numb to this idea that the Detroit Lions are in the title game. Like, I'm not going to let it become normal to me. It's not normal. It's not just average. It is so unbelievably cool, special, and it's becoming increasingly less bizarre. And listen, a couple of things. I think there was a sentiment that they slayed the dragon last week and they had the home playoff win and now everything else was gravy. They didn't play like that at all. Like, they played like they want the whole thing. Jahmyr Gibbs pops off the screen. He pops. I feel like I'm watching a youth football game, and it's just like, who is that kid? Like, when he made that run against Winfield, like, I have rarely seen a player hit the jets that quickly, and it was all this measurable combine stuff about acceleration and shuttle run. It's like, we have to get him the ball this week because, like, I love McCaffrey, but this is their McCaffrey. Like, he absolutely
and they use him the
jumps
same way
off the screen. I think Gibbs is going to have another massive game this weekend in terms of how they go into the game plan. Speaking of that, like, I know we're trying to unwrap this game. I just have a thought for Detroit this morning. I'm looking at the matchup, Detroit-San Francisco. Why is there a minus 7.5 next to San Francisco? What is? I had to look. I thought it was a 1.5. No, that's a damn 7. 7.5 for Detroit. Why? We're going to talk about this all week, but they took care of business. It was, look, that's why I started with Tampa. Tampa was gritty and tough, and I thought they were going to come back and tie it. They did not. Detroit was a better team. I don't understand why they're already 7.5-point dogs on Monday morning. His team is very special, and I can see him in Vegas. They were awesome.
Can you remind me last week, Kyle, who you were talking about when you said the Cinderella story for March Madness?
It was the Packers receivers.
It was the Packers receivers, and that's great. We have a new Cinderella story, I think, with the Detroit Lions. Specifically, and all the great basketball coaches say this, is that you become sophomores if you're a freshman. You become a sophomore in March. We're seeing that with the Lions rookies. The Lions rookies of Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, and Jahmyr Gibbs. I can't stop watching these guys. To your point, it's not just Gibbs. It's all these young guys and the way they're handling themselves. They look so ready and that they have arrived. And, like, they've been playing great. But it wouldn't be a surprise if they were just, like, a flash here and a pop there. No, like, January has become their moment. This team is just everything.
January Madness?
January Madness.
I don't think they're Cinderella. I think they're diaper dandies.
They might be. There we go.
But, like, they're not like a 13 seed who's making a crazy run. Isn't it? Is it blowing everybody else's mind? The Lions are in the title game.
Because the Niners didn't roll over the Packers, and you think that, well, the Lions are a far more formidable opponent. So I'm with you.
You grew up with the Detroit Lions organization. Does it freak you out that they're in the title game?
Dude, I went last night. I was thinking about it, and I remember the '91 title game. That was when they were there. I do. Barry Sanders. There was a lot of hype, and then the Redskins ran right through them. And Joe Gibbs' boys were like, "This is Mark Rippon's team. We're not losing this game." I don't feel like there's some crazy long shot like you're saying. I agree. I'm with
7.5.
7.5 might change once the Deebo Samuel information becomes a little bit more clear. We'll see. Is right.
That would make it go even bigger.
Still to come on Thursday, February 8th.
This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. time for the second shot here at the 7th. This one looks to be on a pretty good line. That should set up another chance. A chance to move to 5 under par. This one's online and racking up their 5th birdie of the day, and that will take him to 5 under. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead. And an opportunity awaits as they step onto this tee of the par 3. This looks to be heading to the green. Yeah, that was a safe play. What's in front of them, Henny?
I've been all around this, tried to read it, just can't see it, but he's got about 22 feet. This is what they have left for birdie here.
Just hammered that through the line. Good chance this one, right on 6 feet. Looks good off the blade. Well hold. Trailing by a couple of strokes now. Here we go. We're beginning the 9th hole now. Good shot there, Beamer. Second shot here on the 9th hole. Not sure if they got that one flush. This might not find the fairway. Getting ready to play their 3rd. Just 2 shots behind. A chance to move to 6 under the card with this putt. This is a good chance. A bit too much pace on that one. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And down it goes. Let's head to the next. And as we turn for home, Rich, always a good chance to reflect on the halfway stage of this round.
Well, it's been great watching this player get the best of their rival, but still a long way to go until the end of this tournament. Let's see how it shakes out.
Oh, well done. And they're playing from about 140 yards out. Only 2 shots off the pace.
This one needs to kick left and kick left hard.
Good shot there. A good chance to move to 6 under par here. get excited. This could go in. It's just about 3 feet away. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. And that finds him in a share of second. We have a par 3 on this one. Opting for the 5-wood. This one heading towards the green. And he's safely on the green. Trying to get to 6 under now with this putt.
Their short game has been very impressive. They've been really sharp today. This is on a stupendous line.
Oh, sensational putt, that one. A big play at the right time, and their rival is now shaking in their boots. He's currently sitting in second.
Getting closer to that top spot on the leaderboard. This is getting interesting.
Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it. But the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
Handy effort, that one. And here we are with the third shot. He's right in the hunt, just a shot off the pace. Top spot on the leaderboard awaits if they can make this putt. Go on, get in the hole. Oh, look who's getting on a roll now. That's back-to-back birdies. Well, what a way to make a move to the top of the leaderboard. Leading by a shot after that hole. I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
Going and going and going.
Second shot here on the 13th. Great looking shot this. And hitting yet another green here in regulation.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in. Putt is underway.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. And that will take him to 8 under. Still in the lead now after that hole. Teeing off now on the 14th hole.
In good form, birdie at the last, looking to add on to that.
Quality shot, that one. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. That's heading further left than they wanted, I think. That's disappointing.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
Will he be able to get out of this one?
This reminds me of my breakfast. Nice fried egg.
Okay, so that's step one, but now got to hold a mid-range putt. This is a par putt.
These are on rails, looking good.
Nice little putt to hole, that one. And as we take a look at the standings, this player is currently in first, with Justin Rose second. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a long par 4. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par, chance to pipe one up the middle.
Nicely done.
Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
He's looking at nice round number 180 here.
Going with the 5-iron here. Nice shot that. That should find the surface. Yeah, not a bad effort, that one. Up onto the green and a chance to hole your putt. A birdie putt awaits.
Looking better.
A well holed. Now an impressive 9 under par with just a few holes remaining.
One ahead with 4 to go. Can they settle their nerves?
Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Going with the pitching wedge here. This looks to be hit pretty well from where I'm standing. Well, there's a very good reason why he's leading this tournament, and that's Exhibit A. This putt coming up is for birdie. Yeah, you like the look of that right off the blade.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
It's Brooke Henderson coming off a birdie on her last hole, and that will take her to 2 shots off the lead. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 4.
Do you attack it and try and increase your lead, or do you lay back and play safe? I like to attack it. What do they like to do? Pretty good shot there.
Time for the second shot at the 17th. Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber. Lining up the birdie putt here.